The sad thing is when you have kids in your life, it's a really sad thing. And they're in your life for an extended period of time, like a family friend or, young cousins or, nieces and nephews. And, I worked with kids of all ages and I watched them grow up and, for the last 25 years. And they're not immune to growing up to be cunts like everybody else. Because all kids grow up to be cunts and they will disappoint you every step of the way. And there's not one kid that I ever worked with or was ever around when they were young that didn't grow up to be a loser cunt. And that's sad because I have little kids in my life right now, my niece, family friends and things like that. And I know what's coming. So while they're young, it's cool for my sister to bring her over, my friends to bring over their kids and, spoil them and, just wrestle around with them and whatever. But I know what's coming, which is why I want to leave town and just not have anybody like that in my life ever again and not have kids and not have friends that have kids. And because you get attached, they're like dogs, you get attached to a dog and then what happens 10 years later, it dies, and it's like the same thing with kids. When they're kids, it's like you get attached to them, especially if they're cool and they're good kids. And it's like, then something happens, these adults just fuck them up and they turn into nightmares. And it's like, I don't want to be around that. They turn into nightmare adults. And I'm not immune to that. I'm sure there's adult men in my life that were in my life growing up that are extremely disappointed in me. My father and, family friends and, whatever. And I don't fucking care. And I'm not saying this that in a way that people should care what I think. I'm just saying that's how it is. I'm sure I've disappointed numerous people. And at some point, I just had to say, fuck every adult that was in my life, growing up. Fuck them all. It's not like they did anything to help me. It's not like they ever showered me with gifts. It's not like they ever gave me any money for school or cars or, job training or living expenses or anything. So fuck them. Fuck them all. And the sad reality is, the little kids in my life right now that I'm just obsessed with and love dearly, in the next 10 years are going to grow up to be nightmare American cunts. Because that's what this country does to people. And that's what this country does to kids. And it's a shame. It's a crying fucking shame. But it's the truth. And I've been around enough kids to know that that's the truth. And it's really sad. It's sad to watch, especially if you don't have kids or you get to watch that and you're privileged to watch a kid grow up and, turn into a teenager and a 20-something and they just, whatever.